Hi guys, it's Aoife from Friend We See Died Laughing, and I want to do my TBR for the winter biannual bibliothon, which is happening from tomorrow all next week. I don't know yet if I'm going to vlog it. I might. I will see what I'm doing because I'm actually working late next week, so I'm having a pretty boring week. I never really do that much when I'm working late. So yeah, I'll probably see how the week goes and decide next week if I'm gonna upload a vlog or not. So the first challenge in this readathon is to read the group book, which is Other Worlds by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. I'm not going to do that because I do not have this book, so I'm just going to skip that one and pretend it doesn't exist for me. So number 2 is to read a sequel. So I'm going to be reading Still Me by Jojo Moyes. This is the third book in the Me Before You kind of series, I guess. I don't know how many books there's going to be, but this obviously follows Lou, who was in Me Before You, as the female protagonist in it, and I'm very, very, very excited to get around to this because I do really, really love these characters, and I love the story, and I can't wait to see Lou on her new adventures. I think this one takes place in New York as well, so that's pretty exciting. So yeah, I can't wait, and look at the really cute cover, it has a little bee on it, so yeah, I really can't wait to just dive into this one. Number 3 is to read a book that you've never heard of before, and for me this is a little bit tough because most of the books that I want to read this year and that are on my TBR, the ones I have from the library at the moment, are all books I've heard before. So I've just chosen a book that is on my NetGalley that I need to read in the next few weeks, and that I haven't heard anyone else talk about, and it's kind of a mystery thriller, and it's called The Missing Child by Alison James, and I'm actually not really sure what it's about exactly, except, you know, a missing child. So I've just chosen that one just to give it a go, because it's just something that just piqued my interest on NetGalley, and I got it, but I actually have never heard anyone talk about it. Fourth challenge is to read a book about mental illness, and I have talked about what I was going to choose for this already, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, because this obviously has a character who suffers from OCD, and I've heard the OCD rep in this is really, really good. So this isn't actually that long now that I look at it, so I should hopefully fly through this one really quickly. I hope anyway, but at least I'll finally get it read because I do have, this is one of my books I want to read in 2018 as well. Number 5 is to read a book that was mentioned in another movie, show, etc. And this one I'm going to read Snow Falling by Jane Gloriana Villanueva. And this is, if anyone watches Jane the Virgin, this is actually the book that Jane writes in Jane the Virgin, and this one came out, was for sale at the end of last year, and I realised it, you could actually get a physical copy of it, and I ordered it straight away, so I cannot wait to read this one and just see. Obviously it is ghostwritten, but I just can't wait to see what it's like. It's going to be super, super romantic. I mean, look at the cover, super romantic and super cheesy, but that is a little bit of what Jane the Virgin is like anyway, so I'm very excited to just dive into it and see what it's like. And I do really hope, I'm not going into it expecting an amazing book that's going to blow my mind. I'm just expecting to kind of have some Jane the Virgin feels. So yes. Next challenge is to read a book under 200 pages, and I actually don't have a book I want to read right now that is under 200 pages, so for this one I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm actually just going to try and catch up on some of my magazines, because you saw in my last library haul that I put up during the week I did get a couple of magazines, but I do have some backlist magazines from the last couple of months that I do need to read, so I'm just going to count them for this challenge because, you know, it's still reading material, I'm still reading, and they are all obviously under 200 pages, so yes. And number 7 is to read a backlist title, which I mean is just to read a book that was published in, you know, before 2018, I think. So for this one I'm again reading another NetGalley book, and I'm going to read Mask of Shadows by Lindsay Miller, which is kind of a YA fantasy book, I think. I think it has an intersex character. I think it's an intersex character, or non-binary character, and I've heard pretty interesting things about this book, so I do want to finally be able to read it and review it. So that's everything I'm planning to read for the next week. I might read some other books in between that. I do have some library books and some other books I do need to read at the moment, but for now that is more or less my TBR for the week. I don't know if I'll get through all of them, we will see, but yes, please let me know if you guys are participating in the biannual bibliothon. Let me know what you guys have chosen for each challenge. I'd really like to know, and also a big hello to all my new subscribers because I did get a few new ones, so thank you so much for subscribing to me, and I hope you stick around for a while and enjoy the videos. So yes, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.